Welcome to
Every Day is Macaroni.
I'm Joy Alfred Brand.
And I'm Juliette Connell. And we're the hosts of Everyday Macaroni, the podcast.
This podcast is a look at the lighter side of life, where we talk about our adventures as a modern blended family.
So sit back, relax,
and prepare to have your funny bone tickled. Welcome back to another episode of Everyday Macaroni, the podcast.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Welcome. Yeah, you got to put that. You can't help yourself but touch the microphone, can you?
I can't.
It makes noise.
I know.
Okay, so in a way, this is kind of like part two.
Mm-hmm.
So if you've listened to
Part one, we are remote at my house today.
Mm-hmm.
Fun. And we've just gone over all the ailments and injuries.
Yeah, all the things that have been going on with our
little core group.
Yeah, our little core group. And I'm going to call this episode the Dog Sandwich Generation. Okay, so
What?
if you are our age, so we're in our 50s, right? If you're in your 50s, you are likely part of the sandwich generation. And what that means is you have adult children.
Are you talking sandwich or sandwich?
You know what? You're one to talk, really. Okay, the sandwich generation.
Thank you.
Oh, boy. I guess I deserve that. Okay. Once in a while, my Midwest accent comes out, which Ron says, you're not from the Midwest. But I am, really. And,
Not really. Ohio is really stuck somewhere.
Oh, my God. Come on, Buckeyes, support me here. You know that's the Midwest. And they used to send newscasters to train there because there was no accent. I'm just saying.
Because they're from nowhere.
Oh, my God. Wow. Rude, Juliette. Okay, so if you're in your 50s, then you are likely part of the sandwich generation. Okay? That means you have young adult children that you're trying to launch or maybe have moved back in with you after college. You. Okay?
I've got one of each.
Yes, you've got one of each, right? And you likely have elderly parents that you are also in some way, shape, or form trying to care for. Right?
Right.
Okay. So we are in the thick and throw of a sandwich generation moment here. We just are. If you've listened to the last episode, you know what's going on here. We've got 3 elderly parents, my father and your parents, my in-laws, who normally we would have clips of conversations from our Monday night family dinner, but we haven't had a Monday night family dinner in weeks.
Right.
Quite a few weeks.
I know.
Actually,
Yeah.
right after Cousin Eddie left, that was our last Monday night dinner.
Yep.
We've got a lot going on because shortly thereafter, Al had a massive heart attack. My dad's in the hospital. A lot going on. So we don't really have any recordings or clips that we can talk about just yet.
Wah, wah.
I know, it's sad. However, if you want to know what we're talking about, you can go back and listen to our past episodes and you can see we've got clips from Monday Night Family Dinner that we normally discuss as part of our podcast episode. And hopefully we'll be able to get back to that soon. Yeah. However, in the meantime, that doesn't mean that there aren't funny things to talk about.
No, because,
there's plenty of funny.
Well, for them.
Well,
for the listeners, it should be pretty funny.
Well, I'm finding some funny moments, and you kind of have to, because otherwise you
would break down and cry.
Yes, because there's been some really sad moments too. Yeah. So there are some funny moments that I want to talk about, and I'm not quite sure where to start. I guess I should start with why I'm calling this podcast episode Dog Sandwich Generation. Now, are there any listeners out there who are like me and watch Jeopardy and they have those clues where you mash up 2 different things together that have the same word, and as a result you get this, say for example, I'm trying to think of a good example.
I know.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I know, but I'm
it's like sandwich generation and dog sandwich, and you put it together and you get dog sandwich generation, right? Okay, so the funny situation that I'm going to start off with that inspired the title of this episode, you haven't heard the story and I've been withholding it because I want to get your reaction on the episode, right?
Okay.
On camera and as part of the podcast episode. Okay, so
damn it, Joy, it's
a trap. yeah.
I can't. I don't have a poker face.
No poker face. She has no poker face. That's true. She could never be a cat burglar either. She just can't keep a secret to save her life. My God. Okay. So we've moved in with your parents, right?
Yes, I do.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Well, Ron, being very, very efficient, he has started prepping little meals for your mother because right now your father's in the hospital, right? All right.
Ron is in charge of the food.
Well, here and there, we're all tag teaming everything, right? Mm-hmm. So a few days ago, I go into the kitchen. It's lunchtime. Your mother has to take her lunchtime meds, and she's got to have some food with it, right?
Right.
So I go into the kitchen, and I go into the refrigerator and open it, and there is, we're all practically 90 now, right? Ron saves all of the little applesauce cups and like yogurt cups and stuff like that, the little plastic cups.
For what?
He puts their pills in them or whatever, right? He'll take one of those little cups and he'll get the dog's food and put it in there, and then he'll stick it in the microwave and heat it up for a little while because we keep that food in the refrigerator for the dog, right? Because I don't just have to feed your mother. I also have to feed the dog, right? Which that dog, and I love all animals. Let me preface this by saying I love animals. I do. But that dog gets on my last damn nerve.
Really?
Yes, I'm just saying. That dog, first of all, the dog runs away from me. If he's got to go out to the bathroom or I've got to take him for a walk or whatever, he runs away from me. He won't come and go with me.
Are you manhandling that dog?
No.
No.
No, but he runs away from me, right? And he hops directly on your mother's leg all the time, right? Like a stupid dog. And not only that, she feeds the dog directly from her mouth. I'm just saying.
What?
She does. Yes, both of them do.
What do you mean?
You know what I mean. We did a whole podcast episode about it.
Right. But it's not
Mother
like he's
bird
coming
and the stink monster or something like that.
It's not coming out of her mouth and he comes up and licks it out.
She takes something and will put it in her mouth and cool it down or lick the sauce or milk off it unless she feeds him cereal or whatever. And then she'll and then give it to the dog to eat it. Yeah, it's not normal. Okay, so there's that, right? So that dog is so spoiled, he doesn't even like to walk on hardwood floors. He doesn't. So not only do I have to chase the dog, here I am trying to take him out to give him a good experience. Go out, enjoy the weather, whatever. No, I got to chase the stupid dog, right?
And then when she finally grabs him, he's grabbing her and throws him outside.
And on top of that, your mother's not very stable right now, and he insists on being right at her feet.
Yeah.
And so he's a trip hazard, in my opinion. So I haven't directly kicked him, but I'm thinking about it.
Oh my God.
It irritates me. So I have to chase the dog, then I have to pick the dog up all the time because he doesn't want to walk on the floor. And then I got to take him and do whatever.
I'm just going to say right now, listener, that dog loves me. I go into the room.
Oh, shut it.
He doesn't follow me around, but I go, I pick him up.
Whatever. Now you're just brown-nosing. You're brown-nosing that dog. Okay. I have to feed your mother and I have to feed the dog, right?
Santi.
Yeah. So I go into the refrigerator, and there in the refrigerator is like, you know how you buy those packs of applesauce cups?
Yeah.
And they're plastic cups and they're full of applesauce, right? Uh-huh. Well, Ron has taken one of those, and there's half a piece of white bread with a slice of salami in it, folded up, stuck in that applesauce container. And so I'm thinking to myself, oh, he made a half sandwich for your mother. And so it's lunchtime. It's lunchtime. And I say to her, you ready to take your meds, right? You're ready. Oh, yeah. I say, what do you want to eat? She says, oh, just a little something. And I say, what about like a little half sandwich? She says, oh, perfect. Oh, half sandwich. Perfect. Okay. So when I go, I get the container with the half sandwich.
Oh my God.
And I take it in there. And she gobbles it all up. Well, Ron comes home and he's like, Did you give my mom lunch? I said, yeah, I gave her the half sandwich that you left for her. And he said,
I didn't make a half sandwich.
No, he did make the half sandwich, but it was for the dog. And he goes,
what in the world? Why would he make a dog a sandwich?
no. And apparently he had...
no, please don't tell me he put dog food in it.
He had rubbed the bread with whatever that probiotic or whatever for the dog.
Oh my God.
Oh, I'm getting a cramp.
You fed my mom dog probiotic?
I gave her the dog sandwich.
Well, I'm just going to say, if she gets diarrhea,
No,
it's on you.
literally and figuratively. No, that's been a few days ago. She's fine. No problems.
Oh my God.
So,
Why did he make that dog a sandwich?
I don't know, but I thought he had prepped the meal for your mother. So I gave her the dog sandwich, which he had rubbed with whatever the probiotic powder is.
Oh my God.
Okay. So there's that. Yeah. That was fun. We had a lot of laughs over that. Well, you know what? Your mother, the dog. Oh, I'm your mommy. Come to mommy. Come to mommy. Oh. And apparently he had tears, right? And so he gets little crusty chunks
Crusty
around
tear
his
things, yeah.
And so she says to me, "Can you pick the dog up and put him on the dryer?" So in their laundry room, they have the washer, the dryer, and then the big utility sink. And she puts the dog on the dryer right next to the utility sink, or sometimes she'll put the dog directly in the utility sink because that's where she gives him a bath and all that kind of stuff. And she has like a hose attachment on the faucet, and she uses that to wash the dog. Well, she says, "Joy, I need to wash off the whatever she calls it under the eyes."
Lagañas?
Yeah, something like that. I have to wash that off. Oh, well, you put him on the dryer, and then I will wash him off. And so she's
with the
walker, right, into the laundry room, right. I pick the dog up, I put him on the dryer, and she gets whatever cloth it is, and she, is washing his eyes. And see, mommy will help you. You can barely open your eyes. Mommy loves you. Oh, mommy loves you. Yes, mommy. I'm like, you're not that dog's mother. That's not normal. It is not normal.
Yes, it is.
No.
Yes, it is.
Do you tell your dog, come to mommy?
No. No. But he is my baby.
Oh, boy. So she washes the face off. And he's a dog, and he can clearly open his eyes and look around.
My dogs never got that. But then again, I never had hairy dogs. I had smooth coat dogs.
Yeah, well, you have a hairy little brother now.
Well,
and I'm not talking about Ron.
Oh.
But that was a really funny situation where I accidentally fed her the dog probiotic sandwich.
Puppy food.
Yeah. Well, I thought he had prepped the meal for your mother.
Yeah.
And but she shares all kinds of stuff with that dog, so why not let her eat his food?
Probiotic, it
Why not?
helps the leaky gut.
Well, it will give her a nice, healthy, shiny coat.
Well, there you go.
What are you going to do? But so, okay, that was one funny situation. And the other funny situation you were there for, but I don't know if you realized it.
I don't know if I found it funny. No.
Oh, it was funny. Okay, your parents' house, the way it's set up, if you go on the front door, to the left is the primary bedroom where it's her bedroom, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
And then you have the living room, then the kitchen, and then behind the kitchen, basically, is where your dad's going to be. That's
right.
The secondary
Master
bedroom. Yeah. So your mother, she's flat on her back near the front door, not too far from the front door. She can hear what's coming and going in the front of the house. Mm-hmm. Here it's Monday. And there's a couple things going on. You come over, it's Monday night family dinner. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, okay, I'm going to be making dinner anyway. Mm-hmm. So come on over. We'll have Monday night family dinner. It'll be the same as it normally is, except your dad's not going to be there. Mm-hmm. Well, there's a couple things going on. So the first thing that's going on is Ron was home from work and he was not feeling well. Yeah. Everybody manifests stress a little bit differently. And in the last episode, we talked about how we were smote by the Lord. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, the smoting continued because Ron had a gastrointestinal issue. that, yeah, he wound up actually, I had to take him to the emergency room. What's today?
Today is Wednesday.
Okay. I had to take him to the emergency room yesterday. So,
Tuesday?
Yeah, it was yesterday, last night.
No, it wasn't. So Monday night, I had texted saying, hey, are we doing Monday night dinner? And you had said, yeah. And then Ron was like, oh, okay. Yeah, we'll do Monday night dinner. Unbeknownst to me that he was not feeling well. But when I get there, he was sitting on the stairs, right there by the front door, sitting by the stairs. And he's like, hey, I made dinner. It's on the stove. I'm not going to eat. I said, what's the matter? He's like, I'm just not feeling well. And we
continue to be smote by the Lord.
Yeah. Right. And then my mom didn't even want to eat too much either. She kind of wanted to lay in bed. So I made her a bowl of what Ron had, quote unquote, made. What it was like a stir fry out of a bag that he put into a skillet.
Well, it was chicken fajitas out of a bag. Yeah.
Mixed it. Right. You and I kind of both looked at it and went, oh no. No. So we kind of decided, well, nobody else wants to eat. And we didn't necessarily have a hankering for bagged fajita. So we went to a Mexican restaurant, which was really one of the best Monday night dinners.
Oh. It was good. And it
was really pretty good.
Yeah, we were having dinner and
and then
he texted me, yeah, this is not good.
That's the sound effects. That would have been Ron.
Right.
That was Ladybug.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Ladybug's with us today. We've never had one of the dogs with us before during a podcast episode taping. But yeah.
She wanted to be heard.
I would call her over here, but she is sound asleep or something.
Or moaning or something.
I don't know. So he texts me and I could immediately tell, something's going on. He asked me to get a thermometer. And so he had developed a little bit of a fever. So then I'm jumping through hoops trying to get home and get him a thermometer. And I go in there and he's like, yeah, I've got a fever. I'm not doing well. And so I'm immediately concerned about that. And it winds up that Monday night, we took him to the urgent care and the urgent care said, you need to go to the ER. So we wound up in another ER making sure Ron was okay, which fortunately he is okay. Now, will I make jokes about him being full of poop? Yes, I will. Is he okay?
It was a little bit stopped up.
Yes. But is he okay? Yes, he's okay. Yeah. So we're not worried and everything is okay. But
stress-induced constipation.
Oh. I'm just saying.
Funny how we all digest stress.
Yes. And right? I will say that for about the next 48 hours, so we took him to the ER and the ER doctor said, you need to take this particular laxative and a couple of stool softeners. And so he was pretty much on the can for the next 2 days.
And the funny thing was, is I kept texting him going, just take a laxative and some prune juice or something along those lines, or take a laxative or or drink a really strong cup of coffee. Whatever.
Yeah. So here I've got your mother on the one side. Oh, and the ER was full of people. By this time it was 11 o'clock at night. Okay. He told me, you just need to leave me at the ER, because I went in and it was full of people. There was tons of people everywhere. He goes, go home. I'm okay. Go home and I will call you to come and get me. And I'm thinking to myself, man, I've got to go explain to your mother why Ron's not with me.
Yeah.
Because she's right there by the front door. She's going to know.
Yeah.
So I go in the front door and sure enough, where is Ron? What's wrong with Ron? Where is he? And I said, you know what? He's fine. He's okay. They're keeping him at the urgent care so they can give him a flu test to see if he's got the flu.
I would have just said he's constipated. They're working on him.
Yeah, well.
And that's it.
Yeah. I wasn't thinking that fast on my feet. By that time, I'm exhausted all the time now. That's the best I can come up with in the moment. Oh, yeah. He's getting tested for the flu. So she's awake all night, right? Up and down. Now for a little while I can hear her snoring, and he eventually calls me and has me come and get him, and that's when like the marathon bathroom adventure started. So that's also been going on. That's been super fun. It's a good thing we have 5 bathrooms in the house. I'm just saying. It's not a bad thing at all. You know, you can never have too many bathrooms in a situation like this.
Oh my God.
But he sent me a little poem.
Who did?
Ron.
About what?
About his constipation.
Oh my God.
So for the benefit of all the listeners out there, I am going to, I think it's actually a song. Ooga chooga, ooga. You know that song?
Yeah.
I can't fight this feeling deep inside of me. Girl, you don't realize what this poo is doing to me.
Oh my God.
When you hold me in your arms so tight, you let me know my poo will bite. I'm hooked on a medicine. Yeah. And he's got a couple more lines in there, but I can't. They're R-rated.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
He's got a little too much time on his hands.
I know, he does. He's laying in the bed, or he's sitting on the can and he's writing poetry for me. Okay.
Either that or the laxatives are going to his head.
Right. It's not good. It's not good over there. So there's been a whole other slew of changes that have been going on. And we have moved in over there. It's actually a pretty big house. Mm-hmm. And we have the second floor. And so the next progression, I guess, is we're getting those rooms organized. And I've been making a few little videos here and there about cleaning stuff out. I can't describe to you how much tchotchkes and bologna and crapola is.
Yeah.
There's a whole closet full of pillows in there.
Yeah.
And I've never seen so many fake plants in my entire life.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, it's decor. No.
Well, some of it is.
But her style is like Barbara Cartland meets, I don't know, something with a lot of beads. Because
A lot of beads.
there's so many beads.
Yeah, that one very Victorian sort of lamp. I wasn't quite sure what to do with.
I can tell you what to do with it.
A reading lamp.
I can tell you what to do with it.
I told her, I said,
Goodwill. That's where that thing needs to go. I have been amazed at the amount of tchotchkes and just general
that we've been getting rid
crapola.
of. Yeah.
Well, I've been moving everything into the garage. I'm not actually getting rid of stuff. Somebody else has to do that. And you know who has to do it? It has to be Ron. And I told him, it needs to be you that does this, because when she realizes all the stuff that's
all
gone.
Yeah, she's going to have a fit. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But he goes, no, she forgets.
Yeah, not really. No, she still talks about her moving down to North Carolina, and they lost a couple
That clock.
They lost a clock. They lost a nightstand. They lost something else. And I'm thinking, no, I think we got rid of that, but okay.
Well,
whatever.
Anyway, so much tchotchkes and just general crapola. But right now, we are currently setting up the new Everyday Macaroni headquarters over there, which really just means we're putting a desk in that front bedroom.
I know.
But still, I don't know that we're ever going to be able to record over there, because she's going to know you're there unless you're coming over there to work.
Right.
And we can record somehow in that way.
I did tell her, I said, listen, I brought my work monitor here so I can hook up. And I said, so if I need to be here during the day or half the day or whatever, I can still work up there. But I told her my job requires me to be on the phone and be on Zooms all day. So I said, I need to keep it quiet.
Which is not her special skill.
No, not really.
But this brings me back to the other funny scenario that I was going to talk about tonight. And that is, she's in that bedroom near the front door. And you had come over for Monday Night Family Dinner. And we were standing in the kitchen having a conversation about what's going on right now. And that goes on constantly. Like, we are constantly touching base. We're constantly saying, hey, what's going on here? Who's got the doctor's appointment? What's happening here? Yada, yada. So we're standing in the kitchen near that back hallway, and we're talking. And you and I, we kind of did a quick touch base. Like, okay, you take care of the pills because you do the pills every week. And you take care of that. I'm going to go, I'll feed the dog. I'll take the dog for a walk. Ron clearly is not feeling well.
Right.
So he goes back and gets into bed. And then we can run out and grab something to eat, right? And then we both head out the front door. And as we're heading out the front door, your mother is saying in Spanish, I don't know why you can't be in here talking with me, because I'm right here. You can all come in here and have the conversation you're having in there. And she was saying it in Spanish. And
I didn't even hear that.
I know. I know. But she's complaining that here I am. I'm in here by myself. I'm laying in the bed. And she's saying all of this in Spanish. And
how did you know?
Because Ron started laughing. I said, what are you laughing at? And he said, don't you hear my mother? I said, I hear her, but I don't hear everything she's saying. And my Spanish is like, I understand a little bit of it, right?
Right.
So I can hear her saying words, and I can hear a little bit of snippets of what she's saying, but I can't really grasp onto exactly what it is. But what she's doing is she's complaining in Spanish that we're there and we're having a conversation, and we're not doing it in the room where she's flat on her back in the bed.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
And it was funny. He started laughing, and I'm like, what are you laughing at? He's like, my mother's complaining that we're not in there talking to her. And yesterday she said to me, oh, Joy, would you come and look at pictures with me? Because she's looking at the pictures in the the electric frame.
Right.
She's looking at pictures there. She's like, will you come and look at pictures with me in the electric picture frame? Well, at that point, I was on the phone talking to my sisters because we've got stuff going on with Dad. And I can't do it right this second, but maybe later. She constantly needs some kind of entertainment. But she says to me, do you think Ron, here he is with his big bloated belly, right? He's like, oh, I don't feel well. Blah, 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 blah. You know, I can hear his stomach. Blah, blah. She says to me, do you think Ron would want to come in here and look at pictures with me? I'm like, no. And by the way, you probably don't want that either. His stomach he's gurgly right now, and that's not a good thing. So if the background looks a little different, that's why. Because we are having to record a little bit differently than we have in the past. And I don't have all the same accoutrement that I normally have. But that's okay. We're still going to try to make it happen. And the other thing that's been going on that is not funny, but it kind of is. And that is, I've never seen so much of a naked person as I've seen of your mother in the last 4 days. Yeah, a lot of naked, a lot. She has that European sensibility of having no problem being naked in front of other people. Now, she doesn't want, for example, I've got to help her get in the shower, that kind of thing. Yeah. She doesn't want it to be Ron.
Right.
But yeah, I've seen a lot of your mother naked. Yeah. And here's part of the issue. Your mother is not even, she might be 4'10", 4'11".
Right.
She's very, very short. And so one of the things she has me doing is, of course, she has 3 broken toes on her left foot. Yeah. So she has to wear a post-op shoe, which will immobilize the toes. Yeah. And in order for her to get in the shower, she's got to take that shoe off.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have to, Joy, will you help me take off the shoe so I can get in the shower? Yes, okay. I'm going to help her take off the shoe. Well, by the time I get into the bedroom, she's already naked. And I got to bend over
to
get
off the
shoe off. Right. And just picture it in your head. I'm bent over and your mother's already not wearing any pants. And I just really... It's that moment where it's like...
think you're that much closer to sainthood.
Yeah. Actually, no, because I draw the line with the whole bathroom thing. Like, yeah, you're on your own with the I'll get you there. But you're on your own there.
Yeah.
That you're much better at than me. No, I can't. But the whole taking off the shoe and she's already naked when I get there, it's like, come on, man. And she says to me, I never thought I would expose myself like this to you, ever. I'm like, okay, I don't care about that so much. I really don't want to be that close to your Netherlands.
Oh, my God.
Well, I'm taking off the shoe. But you know what? It is what it is. I'm just going to look over here. I'm going to really concentrate on the shoe and the foot and trying to be careful with it. And I'm not going to look anywhere else. I'm not. So the thing I'm happiest about is she seems to be doing much better.
Yeah.
I think we're now seeing, okay, it's definitely her lower spine. And so they're going to be able to sort that out in some way.
Yeah. Hopefully a very non-invasive kind of laminectomy or something.
Laminectomy.
Is it
laminectomy? So hopefully that procedure is going to help her. And they've got a way to do it that's not real invasive and that they can get that sorted out.
Yeah.
But really, one of the things I have been thinking about a lot over the last, actually since the middle of January, so the last month and a half. Okay, so I do another podcast with a friend of mine, Lorraine Miano, who is a menopause-focused health coach. We talk a lot about longevity and well-being. One of the things we have focused on lately is getting screening for heart issues. And so she and I both went and had screening with Lifeline Screening. Did I tell you about that?
No.
Okay. So there's this company called Lifeline Screening, and they check you for things. Like they check your carotid artery, they check your abdominal aorta, they give you a bone scan, they check your heart for AFib. They do all these different tests just to check and see. You should, because it's $149 through the link in our description. Yeah. And they check you for these kinds of things because one of the things that really I think about a lot, my mother passed away at 59 and a half because she had occluded carotid arteries. And had she had access to this kind of service, she might have been able to get treatment for it and head it off at the pass. Instead, she passed away very, very early, unnecessarily so, because all these things can be treated. And so if you have a chance to get to a Lifeline screening center around you, go get yourself checked out, especially if you are in the sandwich generation here and you are caring for elderly parents and also trying to help your young adult children get launched out of the nest. It's very stressful. And one of the things we let go of is our own health and well-being. And that's not good. It's not going to help anybody. So that's something to think about. And also go check out our other podcast, which is Girlish Gurus. And you were on it not too long ago.
I sure was.
Yeah. So it's something to think about. And while there are so many funny moments, there are also really disturbing moments where it's kind of brought home to you, hey, you need to be taking care of yourself because otherwise this could be you.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So luckily, so far, everybody is holding steady and we're all stable. Ron is feeling much better. That was an unfortunate situation there. But everybody manifests stress differently. It is what it is.
I know. I lose weight.
Oh, yeah.
And
you
he's
and I
putting
are on
it
the
on.
opposite ends of the spectrum there. But yeah, and then he on the other side is like, poor little fella. I felt so bad for him. So difficult and bloated there. Yeah, that wasn't good. But, a couple of tacos might have helped him with that. But anyway, all is well here for the most part. And this has been part 2 of our sort of sandwich generation series. We don't know what the next series of episodes are going to look like, but so far we're holding steady. Thanks for supporting us and continuing to watch and listen. And
don't forget to like
and to share and subscribe.
Yep.
And we'll see you in the next one.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I hope you enjoyed listening and sharing a laugh or two with us. Stay tuned for more Everyday Macaroni adventures on future podcast episodes. And if you want to see some pictures of us, you can follow us on Instagram and Facebook by searching @EverydayMacaroni or #EverydayMacaroni. And now you can also watch us on YouTube. Just search Everyday Macaroni and our new channel will pop up. If you want to shop for some fun macaroni merch, head over to everydaymacaroni.com. Don't forget, if you have a blended family story to share, email us at info@everydaymacaroni.com and put the word share in the subject line. You can also call us on our Macaroni Fun Phone at 919-729-2043. Your story might end up on a future episode, and how fun would that be? Super fun. Finally, don't forget to give us a good review and download your favorite episodes. A share would be nice too. The more interaction we get for the podcast, the more episodes we can post. Again, thanks for listening, and join us for the next episode of
Every day is